Okay, so picture this. It's the mid-90s, late at night, Kansas farmer named Bryce Wheel, sitting in his shop with a beer and a checklist titled something like everything you could possibly ever want to bolt onto a tractor. And instead of choosing, a couple items, 5 or 10 things like a normal human, Bryce just checks the whole list. And then he starts sketching out what it would look like if he were to actually do that and, bolt them to a tractor. And then he drums up some startup funding, and in 1997, he introduces the world to this creature, the CPM Ranch Hand. Side note, why you should be interested in this, Adam Marshall's got one up for grabs on an auction closing in a couple of days. The link's in the description. Anyway, so this Ranch Hand deal is pretty neat. It's basically like a tractor ate a half-ton pickup and a farm shop all in the same meal, and then basically started doing everybody's job. It's powered by a 165 horse 5.9 Cummins, a 6-speed Funk power shift, big roomy cab, heat and AC, the works. The options list was actually hugely long, and the one on Adam's auction doesn't have all of these options, but it's got quite a few of them. So, front and rear 3-point, check. Front and rear PTOs, sure, why not? Hydraulics everywhere, well, yeah, duh. Loader brackets, 17,000-pound Rockwell axles in the back, 12,000 pounders up front, 8-foot dump bed, but wait, there's more. You could option them with a 30-gallon hydraulic tank, an air compressor with 50 feet of air hose, 2 lighted toolboxes, 25-kilowatt generator that'd probably run the house for a few hours in a pinch if you needed it. Heck, you could even spec it with its own pressurized 12-gallon water system with, like 50 feet of hose, in case you needed to take the world's most inconvenient shower after a hydraulic line blows out. Anyway, it weighed about 14,000 pounds. The bed would take 8,000. And it would go all the way up to 45 miles an hour because at 46, you had to register it as a truck. You couldn't do it as a tractor. So, yeah, it'll rake hay in the morning, and it'll still beat you back to town for lunch. Here's the wild part, though. The company only built 6 of them before the money finally ran out and they had to shut the doors. Fully optioned up, these things sold for about $125,000. And at the time, because the company was in Kansas, they were in their 4th straight year of droughts. The local ranchers weren't buying a darn thing. And they just ran out of market. And I think this is the first one that's crossed the auction block in probably close to 15 years. So call it a truck, a tractor, a farm shop on wheels, whatever it is, it's the oddball of the month. And it's basically the final boss of UTVs. And I guess I'm not going to lie, I kind of want that one. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Take care.